All right, who are we talking to next?
Joe in Michigan has an interesting question for us, I think.
Yeah, all right. Let's talk to Joe in Michigan. Joe, you're live with Eric and V.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Hi, we're doing well. What do you want to talk about today?
Well, I'm a bit of a dilemma here. I purchased a church about 10,000 square feet.
Holy crap!
Move into it.
Dang!
Really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm kind of a staunch atheist almost, but I have sort of a dilemma as to what do I do with the contents? They left everything, and the building was built in 1959, so there's thousands of square feet of all of this stuff that is Christian-based Bibles and literature and creches and all this other thing.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know what to do with this stuff. It harkens back to like the book burning thing, where if I throw it away, I feel like I'm doing that.
So, if you're up for it, I would love to find out what you got. If you'd be up for sending some stuff to our PO box, because that sounds amazing. But as far as like you want to get rid of the pews and stuff too, right?
Well, I plan on keeping a couple, but I don't know if I should sell them and donate them, or it's more along the lines of the religious religious based literature and all of the items in there.
Right, because like you don't want to like distribute those necessarily, but
it feels like I'd be spreading poison if I were to sell them, but then I've got that. On the other side, anybody can get those pretty much anywhere. So I'm kind of in this dilemma on what to do.
Interesting.
Well, there are a couple of things that you could do. One of them is you could take up paper mache. But if you didn't want to feel like you were destroying books, which is totally understood, why don't you... I don't see any problem with finding a progressive LGBTQ affirming church and going, hey, you know what? This is some stuff that I got. I don't agree with you on everything, but at least you're not contributing to the oppression of and violence towards other people, and they might take them off your hands, and you don't have to worry about necessarily spreading it that way. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if anything, I would rather create a world where those groups exist and are supported. If we're going to have to choose, because I feel like when the stakes are a lot lower, when we're not talking about violence towards groups of people, when we're not talking about dehumanization. So that would be a good step.
Interesting.
What do you think?
Have you ever seen those books of poetry that's mostly blacked out? But like they pick out different words. You could do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
honestly, Joe,
500 or 600 markers.
Yeah. Right. This is very, very interesting. Depending on how involved you want to get, I think Eric's idea is probably the most accessible. Right. You're getting rid of everything. You're not burning it, and you're not distributing it to people who will use them in a objectively harmful way.
Right.
Another thing could be just like storage wars or something. Just like get a crate in like a storage facility, pack everything in there, and then sell it.
Don't pay on it.
Yeah, sell it, or make it a cache for like a treasure hunt or something, and be like, hey. If you find my clues in these little Christian books, the circled words, you're going to find a storage container
that you can keep. Like a geocaching, mountain of crap.
Geocaching the Bible.
Oh God, I'm sure a lot of Christian groups have already tried that. I don't know.
Honestly, though, if you made a YouTube channel, Joe, I don't know if you're into any of that, and called it Geocaching the Bible and just tracked your progress trying to get rid of these books.
Really?
I would subscribe so fast.
I don't know. I feel like you might be giving
things.
Oh
my gosh. Yeah, I feel like you might be giving the Gideons ideas. Maybe not so much.
I did just think about purchasing a rubber stamp and stamping the inside covers with the term "nothing in this book is actually true," or "warning, this may harm you," and just stamp every single one.
Or just
drop
like
them in hotels.
Just like a pentagram. Like, don't even just like drop a pentagram in there and have people freak out.
Okay, I disagree on that one.
I was telling some of my atheist friends that the giant crosses that are on the front of the building, it should just flip upside down the second I purchase the building.
Oh my gosh! Well, if you would like to be vandalized, that is a very good way to start.
I was thinking, and then get good fire insurance on top of that.
Oh gosh!
Ooh, you know what you could do? You can make a very, very triggering escape room.
I plan on starting up an atheist group in my area and using some of the building to do that, but which would be ironic and funny at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of concert venues that have actually made their space in old churches.
Yeah.
Sure, but I also want to be respectful to the community, since the church has been around for a while, and I don't want the community to think that I don't want to alienate myself from the community. So
sure.
Therein lies my problem.
If
putting a dumpster out in front of the building and watching all these things getting thrown away, it might put some people off.
Yeah.
Finding an affirming church, a liberal Christian church, and doing that could probably earn you some pretty high brownie points there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I think, you know what? That is a good idea. I think that if anything, if I had to give those items to a religious organization, it would be an LGBTQ friendly.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you don't have to give them all of them, right? Like, that's 60 years of stuff. But it would, I think, probably alleviate the concern around burning some of them or throwing some of them away if you gave some of them away as well, right? So you're not just giving somebody else 60 years of stuff, but you've picked out, some stuff you want to preserve. You've given them to people who will use them. And then, frankly, the rest of it is just junk. Like, there are books that get thrown out all the time, right? And it's not, as long as it's not like an ideological thing where you're like, burn all of the books that mention God, then you're fine to throw them out. Like, there's nothing sacred about them. Sure. So,
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But that sounds like such a fun project. Overwhelming, but really, really fun.
If you guys want anything out of there, just let me know. I'll be sure to mail it.
You know what? So contact Skeptic is it contact Skeptic Generation at gmail.com?
Yep.
Shoot us an email, because I collect small things, trinkets relating to specific religious things. Like, I wouldn't buy a new, what are they? It's a censer.
Oh yeah.
That has the incense,
the smoke. Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy one of those new, but if there was one of those, I would love that. That'd be funny. Or like a collection plate, so we could put our keys in it when we get home. That would be amazing.
That's not a bad idea. I'll definitely email you guys and
cool.
some
beautiful
free stuff. On a side note, do you have any? Is the Book of Eric still out?
It is. It exists as a journal, so that you can write your own religious text. If V just threw up the graphic that we made for it. I love that graphic.
It's fun.
So we have a store online. It is, V, what's our store?
Our store is on Redbubble.
Yes.
So if you go to @Skeptic Show on Redbubble, you will be able to see all of our merch. It's also a link in the description of this video as well. So if you want to go back to the live stream and click the link, that'll take you to all of the merch we've got so far. We're actually, this is a good opportunity to point out that our class of 2021 merch is coming down.
At the end of the month, yeah.
At the end of the month, because it's not going to be 2021 anymore. So we're going to be releasing new designs for class of 2022. Mm-hmm. So all of y'all can rep SkepGen.
Yeah,
but yes, the Book of Eric is still up there. And yeah, we would be happy to trade, I believe, a Book of Eric for some church merch.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I also got to autograph my first Book of Eric at Faithless Forum. That was fun. For people who are wondering, if you buy it and you meet me, I will sign it. But yeah, Joe, thank you for calling in, man. This was fun.
Thank you. You guys are great. I really love you. I've been watching your show for a little while now. So
good.
Awesome. Have a great day.
Absolutely.
You too. Bye-bye. Oh, I liked that.
That is such a fun project. Like, if I had the money and the time, like maybe later in life, like I'd totally do that.
Yeah.
Just buy a church and make it into a house / like community center.
I would make it into a community center. I don't know if I would make it into a house. That would kind of weird me out a bit. Like I would enjoy like running around naked there, for about a week, and then be like, okay, it is no longer as fun.
Oh my gosh.
But let's move on to our next caller. We do have a caller on the in the queue. I know that we've been talking to this caller quite a few times, but we don't have very many more theist religious callers. So if you do believe and you want to talk to us, give us a call.